Welcome to the Boob Tube, and I am the breast dog, or also the hormone rebel. Why? Because I get you off estrogen. You cannot fix, treat, cure estrogen dominance with more estrogen. Never, ever, ever is gonna work. Never. And the estrogen deficiency lie has plagued us for years. Decades, in fact. And I actually have written 7 books using 50 years of breast thermography research, 13 of my own. I have just finished my 7th book, The Booby Trap. It is a little bit more blatant, in your face, truthful, you'll see. So let's just dive in. I'm gonna read the first couple pages just to lure you in. Oh, this is a shorter version of my Booby Bible. This is a Booby Bible. I jokingly call this the Booby Bible, but it's actually the breast thermography revolution. It is 50 years of breast thermography research based off my mentor's research, 13 of my own. All the images are from my patients over all the years. It goes into thermography, estrogen, physiology research. Basically, I show how studies are manipulated in this book. So if you want something more in depth, definitely get this book. The Booby Trap is just a short version of this book, and it's just based off of the estrogen lies that I discuss in this book. So it's short, to the point of all the estrogen lies. So, the Booby Trap. Estrogen makes you crazy fat, old, and triggers breast cancer. I don't mess around. Okay, here we go. The Booby Trap. This ain't your mama's breast health. This may be hard for some of you to believe, but this book is based on actual medical evidence. It is true whether you want to believe it or not. Our society has been so brainwashed from propaganda that the truth actually offends us. But here's the thing. My heels are higher, but my standards are higher. And since you picked up this book, I'm guessing your standards are pretty high too. If you want to hear the truth about hormones and breast cancer, then this book is exactly what you've been looking for. Here, I'll uncover the lies and expose the truths. I'll reveal the deceptions we have been told in a seductive promise of eternal youth. Doesn't work. I need to warn you though, if you're looking for a version of the truth that is tailor-made for you, or a version that isn't controversial and doesn't call into question some of the things you may have been believing for years, then this book isn't for you. There are plenty of books out there to go along with the brainwashing and deceitful promises. This isn't one of them. This book is for the rebel, the pioneer, the woman who is ready to be told the brutal truth, because that is who we are. We are rebelling against the current barbaric medical system and pulling back the curtain of the great and powerful wizard of propaganda and scare tactics. When we were little, our fairy godmothers fed us stories of eternal youth and beauty. We never heard the stories of the princess getting older, dealing with wrinkles, gray hair, menstruation, menopause, or what those things would do to their bodies. Life is painted as a fun adventure where all of our dreams could come true. But guess what? Instead of happily ever after, we're living in a pink-gilded nightmare layered with booby traps. Wakey, wakey, sleeping beauty. The wicked witch is disguised as your fairy godmother, and she's winning. Like all witches, she is sucking the life and beauty out of us. People say they want to hear the truth, but one thing I've discovered after years of research is they want a version of the truth that fits their point of view, or one that is easier for them to digest. They don't want facts and evidence that contradict their opinions. As a researcher, I will only present the evidence which correlates with increasing breast cancer numbers. It is up to you to accept the facts over fiction. You have been spoon-fed from manipulated studies with the conventional medical and alternative medical communities. Unfortunately, our generation is discovering that much of the conventional and now alternative medical communities simply don't have all the answers they told us they had. We grew up believing that they did. Instead, we're discovering that we have, in a sense, been lab rats, and now we're forced to find the answers for ourselves. Want to dramatically decrease risk? Educate yourself. That's the best way to take charge of your health, and that's what this book is for, to teach you, the patient, the consumer, how to greatly reduce your risk for breast cancer. I too was one of those lab rats, and I managed to escape the trap, educate myself, and become one of the leading researchers in hormones, supplements, and thermography. Everything I will share with you, I had to hear for the first time too. The truth is ugly, and it is not always a version of what we want to hear. In fact, it will shock you. The pharmaceutical or conventional deceptions won't be surprising part. We see enough of that all day. But the lies about supplements and alternative solutions will stun you. Let's be honest. I could whisper sweet nothings in your ear and say all the right things and make a fortune like many of the others. But I decided to not only take the high road, but to take the rocky road. I followed this road with my mentor, William Hobbins, MD, so we could stick our necks out and tell you the truth. Many of you will not believe it because it will shake your core, but over time you'll see we are right. That is how we sleep at night. Breast cancer research receives more money than any other disease and is one of the easiest to prevent. Need proof? Here's just one astonishing fact. 80% of breast cancers are fed by estrogen. Estrogen does not cause cancer, it feeds it. Think of cancer as a small seed. Estrogen is a fertilizer that causes it to grow. The more estrogen you use, the faster the cancer grows. If you want to dramatically reduce your risk of breast cancer, stop using what causes it to grow. Starve it. It's that easy. My question to you and to the establishment, why the hell is estrogen in the form of birth controls and bioidentical estrogen handed out like candy? Why is that? We are not estrogen deficient. If we were, then breast cancer would be significantly lower. Doctors and alternative medical doctors don't know this because they have been indoctrinated to believe cancer prevention and hormone balance is difficult. They get their information from manipulated studies trying to sell pharmaceuticals and now supplements. And that is why breast cancer increased 210% from 1971 to 2011. This, friends, is the Booby Trap.